So Francoise, let's just dive in and get into this webinar. So let's start it off. Made a nice little PowerPoint. This is the Heart of Haiti series. So for those of you who are already logged in, thank you so much. We're really excited to begin these new series of art talks where we'll be talking with contemporary artists, curators, maybe art historians, just art lovers, to give more visibility to the Haitian artists. And Francoise has graciously volunteered to be our first guinea pig to help us launch these series. So thank you so much. Fun little fact, guys, today is International Artist Day. Did you know that, Francoise?
I didn't know that. Oh, wow, this is awesome.
Hey, Xavier has joined us. Hey, Xavier, how are you?
Happy International Day. Hey,
Hey, it's International Artist Day, and this is a little story. I was randomly Googling International Artist Day, and I happened to realize that it was on October 25th. And I've been thinking about doing these webinar series, and I said, you know what? What better day to kick it off than on International Artist Day? Now, you know, they have International Day of everything, right? But it just happens to be International Artist Day on October 25th. So for all of the artists that are joining us, welcome and happy International Artist Day. So what are webinars exactly? So basically, webinars are an opportunity to connect people from all over the world to discuss topics that interest them. And we decided to do topics on contemporary art in Haiti because there are so many amazing initiatives that are going on in Haiti right now. And I felt that we needed to give them more visibility, and this is an amazing opportunity to just connect everybody, keep everybody in the loop, and create dialogue, discussions, and voila. So this is an opportunity for young artists, established artists, to share their talent to the rest of the world outside of Haiti. So who is this webinar for? It's for anyone. It's for art lovers, curators, gallerists, art collectors, knowledge seekers, just anybody who just wants to expand their knowledge. So we are opening it up, and we hope that this will grow and grow and grow into a community where we can collaborate together. So what can you expect from these webinar series? First off, you're going to get to learn new and established contemporary Haitian artists. You'll get a chance to talk to experts in the field of contemporary art. Like I said, we would be having curators, gallerists, artists, art historians, just people who have just amazing plethora of knowledge that they can share with the rest of the world. We have some really interesting talks lined up. There's a lot of amazing art exhibits that are going on in the world right now. And unfortunately, you know, we can't physically attend, but these webinars will give you a chance to talk to the curators, to talk to the artists, and to get a chance to see the exhibit virtually. So it's opening up the doors for more people. You'll get a chance to meet art lovers from all over the globe. And that's what makes these webinar series so special. You'll get a chance to share ideas and experiences with each other. You'll be part of an online growing community. And also, which is super, super cool, and I'm so excited to launch this, is that you will get access to upcoming online classes, trainings, and symposiums. For example, for the aspiring artist, you'll have access to online classes, workshops, and we're going to talk about a special workshop at the end of this webinar, such as painting, drawing, recycled cardboard, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. For artists, We'll also have classes and webinars and conferences on learn how to market yourself online. You know, a lot of us artists, we're artists. We may not be businessmen, but the internet is a wonderful tool that you can use to really take your art to the next level. And for curators and gallerists, this is a platform where they'll be able to share their stories, their art exhibits online, and curators and gallerists will also be able to learn tools and tips on how to take their art exhibits to the next level. So there's so much more planned, and we're totally open to ideas. So we're super excited. Yay! Cool. Virtual high five. Virtual high five. All right. Awesome. So before we dive in a little bit, there's some of you that might know what Kolektif 509 is. So basically, myself and Xavier Dalancourt, who's also in the chat or in the screen as well, we started Kolektif 509 in April of 2014. And he's an artist and I'm an artist. And we both had difficulties in really exposing our artwork. And we decided to start doing art exhibits at a house, a gingerbread house, that belonged to Xavier's family. And we invited 9 of our artist friends and we exposed. And it was just such an amazing experience because we saw that there were a lot of young artists or even established artists that didn't have an opportunity to present their work. And so in a group setting, there's so many positives with the group setting, kind of eases off some of the nerves that you have, you know, if you're doing a solo show, but it can be kind of nerve-wracking, but when you have a group of artists, you're there to support each other, right? And it just kind of grew and grew and grew. And after the first exhibit where we saw we had such a great demand, afterwards, we started doing other exhibits, and then we got more and more artists. And to date, Xavier, how many artists have we exposed to date, roughly?
We exposed around 80 artists in 25 exhibits.
In 25 exhibits, exactly. And in addition to those exhibits that we've done, we've also collaborated with other organizations in Haiti, such as Acoustic Production and CPAC. And we launched Les Jeudis de l'Art Contemporain, which is Contemporary Art Thursdays. Xavier, can you talk to us a little bit about what is Contemporary Art Thursdays?
Yes, the Thursdays was an opportunity to meet the artists and have a discussion with them, an exhibit where they have a carte blanche, they present their own work and explain to the public. And they have an opportunity to exchange, make some exchange with everybody, share their experience, their difficulty, and their hope for the art sector.
And what type of themes have we discussed with Les Jeudis de l'Art Contemporain?
We have different themes. We start with the history of the contemporary art. We was a global introduction in the art. Talking about we had a session about the Haitian practice of contemporary art where we interviewed galleries and artists who explained the different point of view. We have one about women artists. It was in March, where we show the women art, the women contemporary art. We also had an exhibit about, how you say that, numeric art and installation from Maxence. We have
digital art
topics relate about art. We also had something about the scenography with a young scenographer from France who had a special event in Haiti, and we took the opportunity to give them a chance to explain their work, where they are studying, what they are showing in Haiti, and give them the opportunity to make a special performance. So it's a very nice performance. And we touch kind of all the subject, and I think the next one today is about the Guédé tradition. It's an opportunity to show the work of some photographer who work on this topics. We didn't have any limits to our subject.
Exactly. So just want to do a little plug-in. If you are in Haiti today, highly recommend for you to go check out the 10th edition of Les Jeudis de l'Art Contemporain, which will be at Maison du Fort in Focal. As Xavier was saying, there is an amazing exhibit going on of photographers and paintings as well. And this theme is a special Guédé theme, and it's showing the link between Haiti and New Orleans. So definitely check it out. You can email us for more information, directions. So these are for our folks that are in Haiti. So one of the things that Xavier and I realized is when we started Kolektif 509 is l'union fait la force. And that translates to unity makes strength, roughly. And this is the Haitian national motto. So Xavier, what do you think Kolektif 509 is important in when you think of this saying right here? How is Kolektif 509 living out this motto?
You told the story about Kolektif 509. At the beginning, when we decided to start, it was the idea to show the artist who doesn't have any audience in Haiti. When I said it doesn't have any audience, it doesn't have galleries who's focused on them. Because we have in Haiti, unfortunately, different type of art, but unfortunately, people are more focused on the beginning of the Asian art and some of the people reject the modernity of the Asian art. And we was there to show the new generation, mix them with the old one, with some old people who started in the 19th to show the contemporary arts in Haiti. And we decided because we need that. At the beginning, the Kolektif 509 was really an opportunity to make unity from the artists to make the public know who we are, what we're doing, and show the diversity of our creation. One of the difficulties for us was how to explain to people the direction we want to take, focus on the contemporary, not on the traditional one. We respect them, but they have galleries working with them already. And it was very focused on the unknown artist, the youngest one, and put the light on the artist who doesn't have enough public, enough light on them to opportunity to show their artwork. And actually, I think we do a good job because I saw some artists who was kind of forgotten or have a lack of opportunity to show their work. It start to shine again on the market. This is very good, and I'm very happy for them. And this was our goal: put the light on the artist.
Absolutely, absolutely. I believe Francoise is kind of one of our success stories. You exhibited with us, right, for the first time ever, correct?
Yeah, totally. It started with you guys. Like, okay, you're gonna have an exhibit. I was like, oh my god, was it right? And I'm like, and this is how it all started, and here I am.
So we're gonna get a chance to talk a little bit more
for this opportunity,
about that, about how you started. That was our whole goal, is to give support to young emerging artists, give them a platform to expose their artwork. And now 2-3 years down the road, you've exploded, but we're going to get a little bit more into that. And I'm really proud to see how you've grown and flourished. And now here you are today talking with people all over the world about your artistic journey. So this is a little bit about Kolektif 509. This is the gingerbread house where we started. It's our first home, and now we have expanded our home online to build our online community as well. But Kolektif 509 is housed at Villa Kalewes, which is this 120-year-old gingerbread house Oh, phenomenal. Xavier, can you give us like a quick little 2-minute history of Villa Kalewes?
Yes. Villa Kalewes was built in the 19s. I don't know how to say this.
1900s.
1900s. And the house is the oldest gingerbread house in Pétionville. You have to imagine, for the people who know the place, it was a vacation home. And this vacation home turned to be an hotel and changed for a few decades, where they had few activities, like they show some band who was famous in the 80s. And now, after the hotel closed, the house doesn't have any activity. And I convinced my family to use it to show art and present different work of artists. And since we started the first exhibit before we started the Kolektif 509, and it was growing, and we decided to make it as a movement. And we took all the artists to come with us and do a first exhibit in 2014. And since we continue, and we still defend the art and defend the place, trying to restore the house because the house needs some repair. But everybody knows it's a place for art right now.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody who's in the art world in Haiti knows about Villa Kalewes. There's just this certain charm with it, even though it's kind of on its last limb. It is a 120-year-old gingerbread house and does need a lot of tender, loving care. There's just something very special about this house. So here's just kind of some fun facts. As Xavier mentioned, we've exposed about 75, I would say about 80 right now, artists in total since we opened. Exhibited about 25, organized about 25 exhibits within Kalewes, Kolektif 509 Gallery at Kalewes. But we've exposed outside as well. We've increased our Facebook and Instagram, really trying to use social media channels to give more visibility to the artists that are within our network. So here are some blasts from the past, some pictures that we have of art exhibits that we've done, of the artists. We've done a lot of community development activities where we've worked with children in schools, have them come to our gallery, get a chance to talk with the artists, and also present their own art pieces as well. Here's some more pictures. So yeah, so we just wanted to kind of give you a little 411 on what is Kolektif 509, because this might be the first time that you're hearing about us. So we wanted to kind of give you a little background information as to who we are. And now the present day is we, in addition to continue on doing art exhibits in Haiti, we decided, or we realized, that the internet is a wonderful tool that we needed to tap into to get more visibility to the young contemporary artists in Haiti. Hence, the webinar series came. So for today's webinar, what you're going to expect: we're going to introduce you to the fabulous Francoise Hazel. We're going to check out her amazing artwork. She will tell you her story. And at the end, we'll have some questions and answers from our participants and special guests. You'll be able to type your questions in the chat, and Francoise will answer them. So, Francoise, thank you so much for being our first guest at this webinar series. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Francoise?
Wow. Thank you for inviting me. This is amazing. I'm very nervous.
Francoise, I cannot hear you. You're far from the mic.
Can you speak a little bit louder?
Can you hear me now? What about now?
I can hear you. It's just put the volume a little bit higher. Everybody put your volume high. And Francoise, I know you're tiny, but I know you got a loud voice.
Oh my God. Okay, fine. I was born in Haiti. My mother was a artist, and I always grew up, watching her paint, seeing like a lot of artist friends coming here, and I've had, I would say I would have like, I've always had this artistic side of me, but it was very, um, I was very nervous about it, and never decided really that I would do that as a career. And it's really later on that, when I was studying interior design, and I was, looking for furnitures and everything, and I found this nice, passion about recycled materials. And I was, because I'm very eco-friendly, I want to, we have this problem in Haiti, where we have so much problem managing the trash and everything. So for me, it was very something that I was looking for solutions, thinking that, wow, what we can do, etc., etc. And one day I discovered, while I was studying interior design, uh, a furniture out of cardboard. And I was like, oh my God, like this is it. This is like amazing. And I was like totally obsessed over it. And I did a lot of research for years, but a lot of books, and studied it, and find workshops, as I would say. And then it was right about the time where I decided to go back to Haiti, and then this is it. I knew this is what I was gonna do. Well, I forgot to say that I learned this in Guadeloupe. Hi, Lana. Anyway, yes, because she said she's from Guadeloupe. So the thing is, yeah, so I came in Haiti, and then I decided, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have, I'm gonna do furniture out of cardboard. And I started talking about to people around me, and everybody was excited. And I got my first orders before having my workshop. So I was like, okay, I have no choice. And I just started, this is how it started, like 5 years ago, I would say. Yeah, 5 years ago. And then little by little, I kind of jumped into the art world, and I I was able to manage, like, to mix my passion, my creativity and everything. And now I'm doing art out of with recycled materials. So yeah, and this is where I am right now. And yeah, and this is the whole journey started from there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Just wanted to show you. So here is a picture. Talk to me about this picture.
Okay, so this picture is the first sofa I made out of recycled cardboard, and it also has a mirror, and those two artworks from on the sides are not from me, but the frames are. And oh, and you have also a wine holders. I kind of wanted to decorate my house with recycled furniture, and of course you have to test everything before selling them to people. So you have this, my son here, who's like the first tester. So he tests everything to see if it's solid and everything. And yeah, all my house is made out of cardboard. I always like this this expression, ma maison est en carton, so it's, yeah, literally kind of, that's what's happening here.
No, I think that this is like phenomenal. Just looking at this, it's such a beautiful setup, and it's amazing that all of this is made out of like recycled cardboard.
Yeah, yeah.
Here is, I believe, a picture of your first exhibit with us, correct?
Yeah, the first exhibit, and I decorated the whole. You guys gave me a whole room, and I was like, oh my gosh, what I'm gonna do? So yeah, we set up the bed, and everything. So, and you know, because every time people ask me, okay, is it solid? Can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, yeah, like the first thing I do is like, I invite them to, okay, just sit on it. And people are like, always afraid, but yeah, this is a nice introduction. And yeah, it was a nice settings. And you know, you gave me a room, so I had to figure out. I remember that time, it was freaking out and everything, but yeah, we made it, and yeah, it was great.
So this was really your first group exhibit exposing your artwork. Tell me a little bit of what was going through your mind. You know, you're an artist, you're a young artist, you want to expose your artwork, but what were some things that were kind of roaming in your mind?
Oh my, the thing is, wow, I was freaking out. And the thing is, like, okay, you have this idea and you want to do it, and it's, you know, you have the thought, and now boom, here it is, it's live, it's, you know, you can touch it and everything. And by the way, as an adult, when I was little, I always wanted a doll house. I don't know if you remember those, like the Barbie. I had a bunch of Barbies, but I wanted a doll house and I never got it. And I was so upset. And I was, you know what, I'm gonna make it my on my own. And I took all the little allumette boxes and I glued them and I decorated the whole, you know, I made up the whole settings with allumette
matchboxes.
Yeah, it was great. I was having fun, like playing all around. I think this is actually where that idea can come from. And I don't know how old I was, but maybe I was like, I don't know, 9, 10 something, or 7. I don't really remember, but literally now this is what I'm doing. I'm making furniture out of cardboard. And it's kind of hilarious when I think of it.
Here's some more examples of some of your work, like this beautiful sofa that you, or a couch, one-person couch that you made, an amazing frame, which is, I love, and the artwork, I believe that was your mother's artwork?
Yes, my mom. I have a bunch out of my mom here. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna frame them for you. And then she wasn't sure, you know, she was very like, you know, traditional. It's like, my art, you're gonna do that and stuff. And then I did that. I was like, can you do that now? Can you do that now? And she gave me like a bunch of art pieces to just frame them. And yeah, it was a great experience. And I like you know, how it turned out.
Here's another piece that is, I think, at Ca.Cartoone Creations in Haiti. It's so unique. It's so amazing. I really love these pieces.
Thank you.
Here's another one. Like, when I see this picture, I want to get some wine in the wine holder and jump in the ocean. This is an amazing a piece that you've done.
Yeah.
Here's another piece, which I actually bought for my parents. It's here somewhere as a Christmas present. I loved it. It's just so great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Here's another one of your artworks that it was a collaboration. And this was a collaboration with which artist?
Oliga. Oliga.
And who is Oliga?
He's a street artist, right?
Yeah, well, Xavier.
Now he's a sofa artist.
He's a street artist, a young street artist that has been making a lot of noise in Haiti, and they did an amazing collaboration together. This is another wine holder where you guys did a collaboration as well.
Yes, with Oliga, actually it glows in the dark, so we wanted to test it out. So we went to a bar and like, okay, can we like turn off the light and everything? It was glowing. You know, I've experienced it. It was so much fun.
Here is your work as well, and this was a collaboration actually between you and Xavier. This is a picture from maybe one of our second Les Jeux d'Histoire de l'Art Contemporaire edition. So here is a perfect example of two artists that are bringing their knowledge, their artistic talent together. The table actually is not made in carton. That is actually Xavier that refurbished an old table made out of wood. But the sofa, Francoise, you actually, you know, built the sofa, and then Xavier, what did you use to make this amazing piece?
Me, I use different type of stencil to create my own piece with spray paint and acrylic.
Okay.
It was a continuation of my work on some furniture, but it was a special things made for Les Jeunes de l'Art Contemporain, and it was a really good mix.
Oh yeah.
Work and mine.
Yeah, we received so many compliments on this piece, and when we told people that, do you know that it's made out of carton? People are like, what? They couldn't believe, you know, the transformation that you made. So bravo to you guys.
And I can tell the furniture is kind of strong because my kids play with it, build out with, and it's still alive.
And it's still alive, absolutely. They're very durable.
Yeah.
Here's another piece. This, I believe, is with Oliga as well.
Yes, this is with Oliga.
So talk to me now. You started doing home decor, and then you did furniture, and now you're doing something that I've never seen before, and that is contemporary art pieces. So talk to me a little bit about what inspired you.
The evolution, wow. Well, like I said, you know, I've always had this creativity side. I was kind of a, you know, house of an artist, and I've always painted and everything, but I don't know, it was like I didn't see painting really as a medium that I would, you know, it's not like it did talk to me, but I don't know, it was something else. And I felt that when I discovered cardboard and that, you know, I worked with working furnitures and everything, and it just called me. It was like, I have to do something very creative with it and everything. And, you know, it just came, it flowed like that. And I don't know, next thing you know, I got into the field, and here am I making art. And it's just, but I know I was always like afraid, because, you know, you always know, hearing the elders talking about, you know, art and everything, the critiques and stuff. So you already had all those, you know, characteristics, it's not like harsh words, but they were like it's very strict, you know, hearing critics talks about, you know, the art. So I always felt like, oh my gosh, like the meaning and stuff, like there's more. And I don't know, I was afraid to do that, and like not having a word to say or something more meaningful. And it just came from, you know, working on cardboard and that material, and it just spoke to me. And, you know, as you work with this and you see how it reacts, and then, you know, it just mixed, and I don't know, it became something totally different, I guess. And since, I don't know, I'm surprised myself. I'm like, wow, I did that.
Sometimes we're like, wow, you know, as an artist, you know, you're so into what you're doing, and then afterwards, when you look at it, you're like, wow, I can't believe I did that, you know? So totally can understand, but I think that these pieces are just phenomenal. They're modern, they're unique, and I love the fact that they're, you know, using recycled materials.
Yeah.
And this is a question for Anaika.
Well, we're going to, I saw the question. We're going to do the questions and answers right after, but just hold on to them. And at the question and answer session, you'll be able to ask everything to Francoise. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Cool.
But I think the question is interesting because she's talking about the process to build the furniture.
We'll get into that, because I know a lot of people are wondering, Francoise, how do you do this? Okay, but we'll give you a chance to get into that. the process. This is an example of a collaboration that me and you did when we exposed, I think it was International Day of the Woman at Caribbean Hotel. I remember I was like, I have artwork, but I ain't got no money to buy frames. So Françoise, hook a girl up. And
I got a girl. I got you back, girl.
And they turned out super cool. Everyone was like, wow. I think they were more interested in the frame than the actual artwork. But I was so happy. So
the arts are amazing. And sorry.
So one thing before we get into like the question and answer session that I want to share with everybody is that Françoise and I will be hosting a recycled cardboard handcraft workshop online. So you'll get a chance to meet Françoise in person, live one-on-one, not in person, on virtually, one-on-one. And Françoise will be walking you through the steps on how to make various home decor lines. I think we're gonna start with frames, is that correct?
Yes, we're gonna start with frames, and because it's, step by step, it's very, logic, and it's a beginning. And then after that we can do,
we'll move on to like, because I want to build a whole entire sofa set.
Yeah, oh, it's amazing feeling having your own sofa that you built yourself, girl. It's something.
That is amazing. So for those that are interested, or if you know anybody that would be interested in these online workshops, we haven't picked out a date yet, but send us an email at info@collective509.com. And as soon as we get all the information, we'll send it to you. And I'm so looking forward to these online classes, Françoise. So thank you so much for doing them.
Yeah, well, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
So I've got a couple questions for you, me personally, before I open it up to our guests. What challenges did you face do you face as you grow your career?
Wow, my main challenge, I would say, finding the time to balance it all, because I have a family, and I have to work a regular job now, and it's like finding the time to just get into the bubble of creation and focus on that, and let yourself just get in the flow and then create. And overcome also the fear. Well, myself, like I said, I was like very nervous about this, and overcome the fear of like, oh my God, like, how's this is it gonna, how it's gonna turn out? And it's like, it's a process, and to the person, I guess every artist can say that, but they have like this, oh my gosh, what are you doing? This is like, oh, this is wabgate bagayla, like this is this stuff, and then after that, oh, okay, looks nice, let me try, like, oh, I should have, like, what am I doing? So like there's a lot of, it's a battle in the creation process, and then at the end, and then deciding, okay, fine, okay, I like it, or choosing to put this aside, spend some time, have recul, and then get back to it. And I guess finding the, like you said, be able to promote it and talk about, like, because we're not businessmen, we are, we don't really know how to promote, or having the passion, the patience to do the administrative part, how to do a portfolio, and this and that, like this, those things I have to do actually to, you know, market for your work, I would say. So thank you guys for doing this for us artists who have no idea how to start, what to do, and, you know, is it the right way?
Totally understand. Totally understand. Okay, so let me get you the next question. What advice do you have for young artists that are beginning their career? Uh-oh, did we lose you? Okay. All right, I guess Francoise is gonna log in. Xavier, until that Francoise gets logged back in, you're an artist. What advice do you have for young artists beginning their career?
The first advice I have is for young artists is show your work. Make people know you exist. Don't stay in your place, in your atelier, work like you are the unknown artist and maybe one day someone gonna come and see your work. No, you have to show your work, make people see them, make you create visibility for yourself. It's the first advice I can have for you, for a young artist. And after that, keep yourself, keep your mind open, trying to know how much about art you can, discover people working in the same technique of you, and feed your mind, feed your creativity. Open your eyes differently. Don't see things like when you saw a bottle of water, it's an opportunity to understand how to design it. You can learn a lot from what open your eyes.
Exactly. And many young artists, when they start, they don't have a lot of confidence in themselves. And I remember when I started as an artist, I would be drawing and I didn't think that my art was good enough. And in fact, you were the one that pushed me to do my first exhibit because I was being too critical on myself. And I remember you basically kind of forced me to do my first exhibit. And I remember being so incredibly nervous about it, but you were looking at my art from a different set of eyes and you saw something that I wasn't able to see. So one of the pieces of advice that I can give to artists is that just believe in yourself, you know, don't be so critical on yourself. There's a lot of times where I've had artists, you know, tell me, oh, this piece is not finished. For them, they don't think it's finished. They're not satisfied with it, but yet somebody else is absolutely loves it and adores it. I remember one time I was getting ready and I had some pieces of artwork that were on the floor. And we had a client that came into the gallery and it wasn't my artwork. And it was on the floor and there was so much artwork on the walls, but for some reason they were attracted to the artwork that was on the floor. And the lady picked it up and was like, this is just amazing. And she ended up buying a few pieces. So that just says, just have confidence in yourself, you know, stop second guessing yourself.
Exactly. And maybe you don't like it. Maybe an artist cannot understand the value of their work.
Absolutely.
The artist is not the best person to evaluate their own work. They have something to say, they send a message, but people receive a message. And it can be different of the message of the artist. Because the art piece has its own life.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Francoise, you're back.
Yeah.
You're back with us.
You guys.
Xavier was just sharing with us, like, you know, from his personal experience, what advice did he have for young artists beginning in their career? I kind of wanted to ask you, your personal opinion. What advice would you give for someone who is with us right now or who'll be watching this video in the future?
Well, I think that I've heard some part of what Xavier said, and I totally agree. And I feel like, you know, everybody's unique. Everybody has a voice. Everybody has their own experience, and everybody has, you know, something to say. And the thing is, like, the fact that you're an artist, a creative, it's like, there's no wrong ways. You just have to spread it out. Even if, it's like there's different techniques that exist. And of course you have to fine tune your techniques and everything, find what the techniques are there to, fine tune the how you're gonna express what you have to say. But at the end, initially, your ideas and your views are what is really they are important, and I don't know, you owe it to the world, and you don't have those imagination for nothing. You just have to work till you find a a good way to express it, and just don't be afraid to try, and don't be afraid to fail. You just have to work, and work hard. Art is really, I would add, like, suffering as well, and it's a process, but you just have to have faith in your creativity, and in that word that you have to say it. And people are all around the world, they have to hear it. And if you just persevere, work, hard work, because it's not easy. It's just as work as like anything else, but you just have to get some discipline. I know myself, I have this problem too, but you have to add discipline, and then focus, have a goal, and then just go for it. And no matter what, you have to go for it, and spread your wings. That would be my advice for.
Yeah, discipline, I think, is something that's really important. Unfortunately, I have no discipline whatsoever, so I totally agree with you. Maybe it's an artist thing, but yes, I agree. One thing, how do you think art can play a role in community development? Here is a picture of a project that we did. Xavier, can you talk a little bit about this project real quick?
Yes, this was we did that with the support of the US Embassy when we did the Pluriel exhibit, the second one. This workshop was made with the kids of Judo Club, who is kind of named Alfred Nobel Judo Club. The Judo Club it's next to our place, Villa Kalewes, and it's a free judo club for the kids of the neighborhood. The people are volunteers, they don't get paid, nobody paid anything, they just do it for the community. And when we did the exhibit for Pluriel the second, we decided to make a workshop on art with those kids. We take buy the material with the support of the embassy, and Francoise, Lilica, and Caribbean was the artist who chose to organize this workshop with the kids. It was a very nice day. They enjoyed the moment. They create 3 beautiful collective pieces, and it's something we want to do again. So it's a very nice experience.
Yeah.
You were there. Talk to us. How do you think art can play a role in community development?
Well, myself, I would speak for the recycled material to art, because the thing is, like, we have to say every Haitian has is an artist, I would say, and they they have a lack of materials, like resources and everything, but you will be amazed by how they can just come up with idea, and just from scratch they just create something. And it was very interesting to share with them my experience with working with paper, cement bag, and glue and everything, and cardboard. People, like, I remember, like, they were very curious at the beginning, like, cardboard, what you want to do furniture out of it and stuff. And then once I learned, like, I showed them the technique and everything, and they just, oh wow, they couldn't believe where it how transformed the thing was. And actually after that, it was like a utility and stuff. The thing is, I feel like a lot of Haitians have a lot of things to say, and art is like really one way to express it, because it's important, and it helps them to, release their struggles, release their everyday life and everything. And it's a way to escape and actually have, a bigger, another view, because, I would say art is beyond ourselves. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it helps us, and it's like doing something greater than ourselves, like, and then in order to connect with other human beings. And it's a way of expressing what we could, express with words, or like, when we don't have the words for them, we just, we just get it out there and send it there, and then, we connect with other artists, and we have like a movement, and people can, recognize. That's why when we see art, we can, it speaks to us, but it talks like a international language, I would say, that beyond words, beyond, logic or anything. It's just a I don't know, it's a feeling. I think it's amazing. And working in the community and allowing young people who really, don't have faith in themselves, or don't know really, how far they can go. And it's a way for them really, like, oh wow, I did this, like, this is nice. And then see other people with, other perspective get, recognize that, and okay, you did that and stuff. And it's, it helps them and myself, like, as an eco activist. I kind of, okay, yeah, the trash, it's trash because you just mix it with everything. And if you do something with it, if you know how to, separate and everything, you can actually do something amazing. And the people from and the artists from Bel Air and Guadeloupe, they did an amazing job. They did an amazing job working with those, irons and everything. And you guys know, you've exposed them. And actually, I don't know, I think I'm more into that movement of, okay, you know what, we're gonna take the trash, and okay, it's trash now, but this is, we're gonna do something amazing out of it.
So I know that quickly, Xavier, do you have any last words first? Because I know you have to go, but Francoise, I still got a couple more questions for you. And then after that, we're going to take some questions from our viewers. Xavier?
I don't have that much question, but I think Francoise needs to explain how she did it, how she make the work. Because as an artist, there are some, when I'm looking the pieces, there are some stuff I would like to know how to do it.
Yeah. Well, sign up for our next webinar,
Yeah, sign up to the webinar and she'll teach you everything.
Yeah. Yeah. But I would love that. Yes, people ask me a lot of questions. And the first thing is like, oh, is it solid? But you don't realize it. But actually, cardboard is like, is wood, is like powder of wood. So it's actually very, very, very solid. And I don't know if you noticed, but those modern furniture, like IKEA and stuff, they are made, like, when you see them, like, it's powder of wood. So it's just like, it's a solid material, and it's a very, sustainable. I just don't like the idea of cutting woods to make, furniture. I want to use, some things that was at the end of the line, and like reuse it and recreate something, because I feel like we have to be aware of how we are, the consumptions habit, and we have to slow down, because the planet's is getting tired. So this was my vision behind this.
Cool. And I guess one last question that I have personally is, as a woman artist, do you think you have to work extra hard? I remember we did a panel on the International Day of the Woman, where we had a bunch of women artists, and we were talking our experiences as a woman artist. What are your experiences, or do you have any?
Yeah, well, first of all, being a mother, of course, because you are the center of, I don't know, I would say the potomitan, the center of the world of a lot of people. So you have to, you know, provide, comfort, you have to be patient, you have to be, you have to teach, you have to, be there you have to be at all the places at the same time, and it's just, oh, wow. And finding a time to for art, to do your art, finding the time to let the process just go on, it can be challenging because you
Mm-hmm.
did so uh, already, like finding the time to do the work is challenging, it's hard because yeah, it's like it needs time, it needs it's not like, okay, I'm gonna do something and you just sit and you just do the thing. You have to sit, okay, I'm gonna do this. You have, like, you have the thoughts and stuff, but you have to be fully there, and you have to, it requires a lot of hours dedication and everything, and then having to cut, throughout the day to do other responsibilities and stuff that you have to do. It's kind of, for me, it's challenging. I know that some people, it's and being unorganized, that doesn't help. But I know that other people have it better. But the thing is, and in the art field, it's difficult as an artist because I would say it's a men world, as a tradition. And I think right now, this generation that we have right now, we are changing the narrative. And like, okay, you know what? We are here, we have a voice, we're doing something, and we take initiative, and we empowering each other, we support each other, and then we got each other's back, and it helped a lot putting the woman work, art outside, and people are like, oh wow, surprise. And it's not like they didn't believe or anything, but it wasn't as marketed as now. I think now the narrative, the view is changing. So I feel like, yeah, we're creating a movement, and Kolektif when I really kind of helped a lot with that too. And how many women that you expose in Kolektif 509?
I
Like,
think about like 45% of the artists that we've exposed are women.
yeah,
And really
exactly.
predominantly, from what I've seen, it's predominantly men. Not that I want to bash men or anything like that, not at all. I just think that women, I want to push women artists as well. And a point that you had mentioned, I totally can understand and resonate with when you say the challenges of being a mother. I'm a mother as well. I've got two children, 11 and 6 years old, who I love dearly. But sometimes I am in the zone, or I want to be in the zone. I want to create, and then, I got to make dinner, got to take the kids to school. Sometimes my inspiration is at nighttime, but then I know I got to wake up in the morning to, make them breakfast.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a balancing act. We're juggling, and only artists can truly understand. Inspiration, it doesn't come like that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So now I'm going to open it up to anybody who is watching us right now. If you've got questions for Francoise, now is the time for you to ask her. So I know that Anaika Louise had asked you a question. She was interested in learning a little bit more about the technical process of how you build your furniture. So you don't have to get in like too much into the details per se, but like, how do you do it?
Well, first of all, there's a technique. So there's the technique behind it. Like, I create like a sort of like a skeleton inside, and actually is very technical in order to, build it and make it solid. And what I'm talking about the furniture here. And then, and then after that, we just finishing it up. And about the art, it's like, well, my medium is really recycled material, and then like I use different medium to mix it up and have like the expression and the effect that I want, and the ideas that I want to vehicle, I would say. I don't know.
Okay. Interesting. And if you guys are interested more into learning, like I said, we will be conducting workshops. I forgot to there is a video that I would like to share with everybody. Can you see the video, Francoise, and everybody can see the video?
Écologique, c'est vrai, dans cette en Guadeloupe, et puis on est tombé sur un avocat depuis le ça a vraiment obsédé par l'art.
Alors, première étape là, c'est moi déjà commencé par collecter carton. Donc, mal ouais différentes entreprises, normalement mal ouais usines ou des magasins meubles, des magasins de jouets. En général, nous qui vendent gros matériel, ou bien des magasins meubles tout, et puis me présenter le projet moi, les photos pour me présenter moi montrer ça me passe avec, etc. En général, mon équipe est très content. Il y a trois différents types de cartons. Il y a un camion, deux camions et trois camions. Dépendamment de l'œuvre que m'a fait, on connaît qui carton utiliser. Donc ça, c'est tout petit objet que vous mettez qui est très léger, qui ne va pas prendre plus de poids. Ça, normalement, c'est carton ça que vous utilisez pour faire l'œuvre étagère, et fauteuil, etc. Et ça, trois camions, c'est pour bail qui parle de gros bail pour télévision ou bien gros matériel sur eux. Donc,
Wow, I am like blown away at all the pieces that you can come up with. Where do you get your inspiration?
Wow, from everywhere. Every time like I see a corner, I'm like, wow, like okay, I can make a piece out of it. And actually work on made to order. So in general, it's like, okay, so what do you want? You want a bookshelf or whatever. Like, okay, so what do you want? Like the type of design you want, and then I create the design and I make like a unique piece for those people. And myself, it depends. Like, okay, I need this height, I need this, this wide, this, that, and I just create with it's really flexible. This is what is amazing with cardboard. It's so flexible. You just create it, out of everywhere. It just fit everywhere you want. So and have all the curve or anything. It's really amazing. It's an amazing material.
Julian Sanchez. Hi, Julian.
Hi, Julian.
He has a really interesting question. thinking of Haitian art and art history, could it be possible to draw a parallel between your work and that of Artiste Résistance? Now, for those of you who don't know about Artiste Résistance, it's a movement in downtown Haiti on Grand Rue, where the artists are known for using recycled materials. Have you ever collaborated with them? Do you see any parallel between your work and their work? Can you elaborate a little bit more about that? Good question, Julian.
Well, first of all, I think Xavier would answer that better than me. But from my end, I've never collaborated with them yet. But very, I want to. Like, I'm very excited because the thing is, like, I've worked with that artist Zaka, for example, and I always want to incorporate other materials, and so far I've incorporated iron in the pieces and everything, and make make it blend and then stuff. And I definitely want to do more collaboration, because the thing is, like, I want the piece to be okay. Well, Ross said, like, from trash, but anything, like, it's like, I want to, like, it's supposed to relive, it's a revival. It has to, it's something that, okay, it's rejected, it was used, finished and stuff, and something that, okay, it's supposed to be thrown away, and then I want to, like, take it and then, and work with other artists that have the same mindset as me, and, like, really work with that piece and really make it noble again. Because, guys, you use something, it has a history, he has a past, he has it's been he had a purpose, and it's just sad to just trash it away and then pollute the universe, the planet, I would say. But actually, this piece, is like have a rebirth, and just something that you can admire, something that has a new, its own personality, and with its own past and history, and it's, you make something new with something that was supposed to be dead, and, like, so
you're reviving something.
Reviving and make it sublime again, make it, like, noble again, because all those materials, the iron and everything, how many hours and process to make that thing. It's just, even plastic that I have a hard time with. But the thing is, it can, when you throw it away, it's gonna last for longer than your kids and your grandkids, And the thing is, like, it can just, the purpose of it cannot just be like, okay, pollute the universe. You have to use it, and people stop wasting things away. That you can recreate stuff, you can reuse stuff that
As you're talking, I'm sharing my screen and just showing images of some of the artists in Grand Rue. So the way that parallel that I see is just utilizing everyday objects, or utilizing recycled objects, and taking them, and it's kind of like, it's the Artiste Résistance builds art pieces that kind of reflect the environment around them, and they are able to take one form of energy, right, of trash, let's say, and they are able to kind of take it and build these amazing structures and sculptures and robots, and I've seen elephants. I mean, you name it, they were able to transform. And I think that's kind of similar with you, even though it's not necessarily recycled metal that you're using, but you're using cardboard, where you're able to just take something that people take for granted and transform it into art pieces. Another piece that I want to just show, this is a piece that I have. This was a, like I said, this was a present for my parents, but I think I'm gonna steal it from them. Sorry, Mom. And you made this out of what? What is this?
It's tube. It's cardboard tubes. It's cardboard tubes. And those are from usine who makes water, like who puts water in sachet. I don't know if you guys know what it's like. It's like it's water like in the sachet. And then the sachet, the plastic is like wrapped around it, so it's very solid and it's very compact, and so yeah. So I use it, and I was like, oh wow, like this is an interesting form and shape. And I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do, this, that, and then I created the wine holder, and it's very solid.
Yeah. So it's those tubes, those like white pipe tubes,
yeah,
that you use, that you cover it up with carton. No, these are phenomenal. I absolutely love them. You did an amazing job. And if anybody's interested, check out Francoise's website. Francoise, if you could put the link to your website in the chat, so if anybody wants to check out your other amazing products. Yeah. So does anybody else have any more questions? If anybody wants to get on camera, let me know to ask your question for Francoise. I see that Maxence has joined us. What's up, Maxence? And shout out to my girl, Nadej, always there to support us. Thank you so much. Does anybody else have a question that they'd like to ask Francoise before we kind of wrap this first webinar series up? Just type your question in the chat. Hey, Maxence, woohoo! Maxence is another amazing artist in Haiti. He specializes in video installations and digital art. Maxence, I love you. You're amazing. And I look forward to actually interviewing you for one of our next webinar series. Anybody wants to be brave and join us on camera?
Oh, come on. You can't be, more.
Come on. Don't be shy.
I'm shy, so yeah,
I know, me too. On certain people wouldn't think that, but I can be shy as well, Let's see. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna start opening up people's cameras. I might force it. You sure no one else has any questions for Francoise? This is your last chance to pick her brain, to understand her art career and how she's gone through the steps. Wow, we've got a little.
In the Q&A, we have like Fabian Theodore who said, are the objects waterproof? They are not, but just because I choose to use very natural material, I don't use varnish. But some people ask for the thing is like it's water resistant, so if like a water speed out, you just wipe it or something, nothing will happen. But it's like it's not outdoor furniture, like you're not gonna leave it under the rain. But the thing is, like, if you think that in the house there's it might be in the kitchen and then have some splits and everything, but then you can use like a little varnish. But myself, I choose not to, but just for the eco-friendly mindset, because I kind of don't like to use the toxic products on them. But it definitely, you can put some varnish. If you ask me, I can put some varnish, matte varnish or gloss varnish, and some furniture or products can be painted. So the painting really is plastic, so you can you can protect it if you want.
We have a comment from Nadej, who says, we hope to be, she doesn't have a question actually, but a compliment to this project. Thank you, Nadej. And to the creativity of Francoise. You are a pioneer. You really are a pioneer in this movement. I think that by, you know, recording these and doing these talks, you're going to inspire a lot of young artists to really just jump, you know what I mean? Just dive into it and have no fear and don't hold back. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, yeah, Francoise. Okay, we got that question. I guess thank you, Maxence, for translating. I mean, if I say in Creole, people are going to laugh at my accent. But félicitations, Françoise, félicitations, Val, pour belle initiative, ça qui mette nous virtuellement en relation. Bravo pour tout travail, ça. Wonderful. So, Françoise, before we're going to close this up, do you have any like last minute words of how you, what would you like to share?
Wow. I can't believe this all started with matchboxes. It's this idea. So yeah, not like Nadej Benson said, think outside the box. Like you can do, if it's in your mind, man, you can manifest everything. And you know, it's like, don't be afraid to be a fool, you know, and to just go for the idea. And if it doesn't work out, then try something else. It's like, life is too short to just be, you know, convenient and like, you know, be, you know, what's done and stuff. You have to really go for it and go for your ideas and be crazy and just, you know, dare to be yourself, dare to express your vision, dare to have, you know, a word, because you have a word to say. Everybody's different, everybody's unique, everybody's have their own complexity in their mind and everything. And this whole craziness is what makes art amazing. And guess what? When we put out our craziness outside, we have other crazy people like, oh wow, this speaks to me. So we just, you know, we
kind of attract each other, you know, crazy attract crazy. Great. Well, you know what, Françoise? Thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time out of your busy creative schedule to talk with us and share your story. We hope that everyone else who's on here will join us for our next series. We will definitely be promoting it online, sending you guys an email. We've got quite a few artists that we have lined up, and we also have some art curators and gallerists that will be talking as well, who will be sharing their art exhibits with us virtually. And as I mentioned before, we will also be having online classes that you can basically take anywhere in the world. And you can do it in your pajamas. That's the best thing about online classes. This is great. So, what?
Can I do them in pajamas too?
You could do it. You could put your pajamas from like down here, okay? Up here, just make sure you're on point up here, and then your pajamas down there, not a problem. Julian, thank you so much for participating. Julian, I had a chance to meet him. We had a beautiful exchange when he came down to Haiti. Julian has been studying art. I believe you got your PhD or you're working on your PhD. Huge fan of Haitian art. He schooled me on Colombian art. I mean, thank you so much, Julian, for being part of this virtually with us. I really appreciate the support. And to everyone that came out here in, you know, the virtual world, thank you so much. It really means a lot to us to give an opportunity to artists such as Françoise to, you know, meet other people, share her artwork, share her story. And I guess till next time, we'll catch you for our next webinar, okay? Afiva Aza asked, where can we find out more about Haitian art? Good question. I mean, you have a lot of resources online. One thing first is, you know, I got to do a little plug out. If you go to Kolektif509.com, you can find a little bit more information. Also, we're very active on Instagram and Facebook. So I'll go ahead and put the link to our Facebook link so you can check it out. Our Instagram, we are at Kolektif509art as well. And send us an email if you are interested. It's info@kolektif509.com. As I said, we will be having more of these series together. And that's about it. One last second. Anybody else have any questions before we wrap this up? We've already been talking for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, wow.
And the internet gods were with us.
Oh, except me. I kind of, got cut up in the middle, but yeah.
Tiny little bit. So this is great. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a lovely, lovely afternoon, morning, night, wherever you are in the world. And we'll catch you for the next series. If you have not, well, obviously you registered, so I have your email addresses, so I'll be able to send you guys a follow-up email. Thank you so much, and till next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.